Good afternoon, guys, and welcome back to my channel, Bold and Beautiful Conversations. I'm your girl, Michelle Hunter. If you haven't done so already, if you would so kindly subscribe to my YouTube channel, click the like button, comment if you will, and the bell for notifications. I would greatly appreciate it. So, guys, let's get into it today. So, our topic for today, we're talking about love languages and how we can activate those love languages ourselves. Okay, what that means is how do we find our own self care through our love language? So, I'm going to share with you, of course, the love languages themselves. And then I'm going to give you a few things that you can do to activate your own self care. Because, when we think about love language, we think about our spouse or our significant other providing us with some of those things. But what if you want that moment to where you want to activate it yourself? You want to take your love languages and you want to mentally care for yourself. So, first of all, let's talk about the love languages. Let's first list what they are. So, number one of them is the acts of kindness, one of them is acts of service, another one is words of affirmation, one is physical touch, one is receiving gifts. So we're just going to hit and miss on a few of those things. And we're going to talk about how we ourselves, when we're sitting in our space and we have identified our love language, what can we do alone to activate our own love language? So about a few years ago, maybe three, four, maybe more, had taken one of those random love language tests just so I can see. And, they ask you questions like, when you're alone, what do you think about? What do you want your spouse to do? What type of person you want your spouse to be? A day in the life of you. What makes you happy? What makes you sad? What do you like to do? What makes you comfortable? All those types of questions. So after I had completed the survey, I found out that my love language is receiving gifts and words of affirmation. Hmm. Which is absolutely true. I love to receive gifts and I love for people to tell me things, or I like to read things that make me feel good. So, what I'm going to do for you today is I'm going to give you a few things that you can do to activate your self care through your love language. I'm going to go through each love language. I'm just going to give you some quick examples of what you can do. Now, I had to write them down, of course, because they were a lot to remember. So I wrote all the love languages down, and I attached a few things that I felt that could help activate that particular love language. So let's look at number one. The first one is physical touch. So if physical touch is your love language, here's some things that you can do. Give yourself a scalp massage. So once you wash your hair, you get into the shower, you wash your hair, you stand there, you let the water just glisten all over your body, and you may decide to just give yourself a nice, gentle scalp massage. I mean, I can do it. I give myself a head massage that tends to work just as great. So activate your self care through physical touch by giving yourself a scalp massage. Another thing you can do is use essential oils for your body. Now, hey, whatever that looks like to you, take that nice hot bath, have that nice cup of tea, a couple candles lit. And once you're done bathing, you get those nice essential oils. You lay across the bed and you just massage your body with the oils. Let the warmth of the oils soak in, and you can feel how wonderful that is. Physical touch. Another one, do some yoga or some gentle, sensual type stretching. Something that can loosen your body, loosen your joints, relax your mind. And in the process of those stretching, you can also give a gentle rub across your body just to feel the physical touch, just to feel the relaxation happening over your body. That sounds good to me. Something else you can do is you can incorporate a detailed, beautiful skincare regimen. So, some skincare treatments or skincare regimens that people use is a simple face mask, they exfoliate, they do all of that, and that's fantastic. But think about something that's beautiful. How do you want your skin to feel? Find a nice lotion that always helps. And just drench it over your face, rub it in, massage it in, whatever it takes to activate that physical touch for you. The next love language, quality time. Now, I enjoy quality time. And sometimes when we think of quality time with our spouses, we think about just you and I, and we're just going to go and we're going to do. But think about your self care and your quality time. So, here's some things that you can do: go to a cafe by yourself, a nice little coffee shop, somewhere in a different area where you've never gone, has a nice scenery, okay? Nice coffee shop. You can also take yourself out to dinner. Make a dinner date for yourself. Call the restaurant. Make a reservation for one and go and take yourself out to dinner. Another quality time event or strategy that you can do to enhance your self care, go on a nature walk. Now, I don't know in your area wherever you reside if you have a local park that may have like a nature trail. Take yourself on a nature walk. Soak in some of the sun, soak in some of nature. Another thing we can do for our quality time is that we can go to a museum. I prefer the Butterfly Museum. I love the Butterfly Museum. I hadn't been there in a few years, but I personally love the Butterfly Museum. Just to sit in that arena with the butterflies flying around, that's just so calming to me. And it's allowing me to spend time with myself and focus on myself. And one more thing that you can do for quality time to help incorporate your self care is to read a good book or find a good Netflix or Amazon Prime series and just sit in silence and watch the series or read the book. Those things can activate our quality time alone, self care. The next love language is act of service. So some of us enjoy giving. We feel good when we're able to give. It just brings about something in us when we're able to give. So, some ways that you can activate your self care through the love language of acts of service, you can join a charity group and you can give to your local charity. You can donate to the charity. You can give some of your time to the charity. You can find that space in your home, declutter that space. That's giving service to yourself. That's taking your personal space and it's cleaning and clearing your personal space. So declutter a space. One area that I have to constantly declutter is my desk and my nightstand. And once I'm able to remove everything off the top, clean it down real good, replace everything back, remove things that are not needed, then I feel so much better once I'm done. Another act of service that you can do for yourself that should make us all feel good is cook a nice, nourishing meal. Cook you something healthy. I love looking at the different things on Pinterest. I like looking at different Pinterest recipes. So I look on Pinterest, find me a nice, healthy meal and cook it and enjoy it. Acts of service, if that's your love language. Our next love language, which is mine, receiving gifts. I always buy myself gifts because that's my love language, receiving gifts. But if you aren't used to, or if you don't always show yourself love and buy yourself things. This is what you can do. Buy yourself some flowers. I have a friend that maybe buys herself flowers every 2 weeks. And she sends me these beautiful pictures of her roses or her tulips or her sunflowers or daisies. Every 2 weeks, she buys herself flowers. Something else you can do is order take in. Treat yourself sometime. A lot of us are hardworking and sometimes we grab something quick to eat, especially if we don't have time to stop and get anything, or maybe we don't have time to cook. We may come home and make a bowl of cereal or make a quick sandwich. But for a moment, find some time and order takeout from a very nice restaurant. Order some takeout. That's a way to give yourself the gift. Something else you can do is splurge on something you've been wanting. You saw a nice diamond necklace, you saw a nice purse, a nice pair of shoes, an outfit. Splurge on yourself. Give yourself the gift. You deserve it. You deserve this gift. Give yourself the gift. Another thing that we can do is start a DIY project. What is something that you've been wanting to do? It could be something as simple as putting together a 1,000 piece puzzle. The gift in that is once you're complete, you are satisfied that you have completed. That's the gift that makes you feel good. Start a DIY project, build something in the backyard, create you a new little space, maybe buy you a small bookshelf, put it together, maybe rearrange your office, rearrange your bedroom, implement little projects in that you may want to have in your room or in your office. And one last thing that I am practicing on receiving this gift for myself: invest in your business or a hobby. So I used to know a girl a few years ago, and she loved reading college students' essays and editing essays. She never did it for a cost. She just did it because that's what she enjoyed doing. She enjoyed reading students' essays. And so this was, oh God, this was probably back in 2014, 15, long time ago. And I told her, I said, hey, I said, have you ever thought about making that into like a little job, a little part-time job? Or what we say now, a little side hustle. And she was like, no, I never even thought about that. She said, I just like to do it. We met in my undergrad, in my master's program. She and I met in my master's program. And that's just what she was doing. She had a full-time job, but she still just liked to edit college students' papers. She had a younger sister and a cousin that was in college, and they would always ask her to do the papers. And so when her sister, her younger sibling, and the cousin told their friends, hey, my sister and my aunt, she edits papers, whatever. And she doesn't charge, she just edit papers. And so after a while, a lot of the students from like HCC and Lone Star, they started to go to her and she would edit their papers. And so after about a couple years of her doing that, and then she and I having the discussion of possibly making this a side business, she decided to invest in doing that because she was only doing it because it was just a little hobby, something that she liked to do. So she decided to invest in that. And now she's doing it full time, doing it on a regular. And at this moment, she's making very pretty good money just editing college students' papers, starting out with a hobby. So if you want to give yourself the gift, invest in a hobby that you may have, invest in your business. If it's something you want to start, catering, doing hair, whatever it is, and you're not sure, the only way you're going to know is if you invest in it. I can say what I'm doing, I'm investing in this. It's going to take a minute to take off. But if it's something that you're passionate about and something that you believe in doing, invest in it. Doesn't hurt to invest in it. And our last love language is words of affirmation, which is also my love language as well. Tell me things that are going to make me feel good. Let me read things that are going to make me feel good. Let me write things down that's going to make me feel good. So, a couple of self care tips that you can do to activate this particular love language is write positive notes to yourself and stick them around your room, stick them around your office. I used to have tons of words of affirmation, positive notes, positive statements, positive words taped to my desk. And I would look at them frequently so that I could continue to remember you are enough. You are enough. There's always there's fear in everything, but faith conquers fear, and do it afraid and do it big, and you're wonderful and you're grateful and you're loved and you're beautiful. All of those things, I always had them around. Whether it was something, a big statement, something extensive, or maybe just a couple words, I kept them around because I needed that motivation for me. Another strategy we could do: tell yourself that you love you. Yeah. How often do you tell yourself that you love yourself? How often do you do that? I know for me, I don't do it at all. But now I need to start. Wake up in the morning, Michelle, you know what? I love you, girl. And you're going to bang it today. Before you go to bed at night, Michelle, you know what, girl? I still love you like I did this morning. You banged it today, girl. You did a good job. Let's start telling ourselves that we love ourselves. Let's not wait for others to say it. We need to love ourselves. Another one is start a gratitude journal. So for Christmas, my youngest sister had bought myself and my older sister these two journals. One was a small size, and then one was a little bit bigger that had a legal pad. And we both decided that we were going to use the journal to write things that we were grateful for every day. Write down positive notes to ourselves. Write down positive things that have happened. And we're going to use that journal for that. And we're going to date it, and we're going to put times on it, and we might put stickers in it. Anything that's going to make you feel powerful, because that's the goal. Words of affirmation. I like that one. Something else that you can do is set reminders on your phone to check in on yourself. So on my watch, I have an app, and it's called Take a Moment. And every so often, it sends me an alert to take a moment to do something. So I normally get about two alerts per day. I get one in the morning, and then I'll get one before I go to bed. And the one I got one earlier today, and it told me take a moment and think about how you're going to show up today. You can just show up positively, you can show up negatively, you can choose not to show up at all. But every time I get an alert from this Take a Moment app, I immediately stop what I'm doing and I cherish that moment. Whatever the moment says for me to do, I stop and I cherish that moment because that's important. So today it was asking me, what am I going to do to show up today? What am I going to do to let someone know that I'm here and that I'm present? So that may be my word of affirmation every day. I may need to write that down and just have it for myself every day. Michelle, how are you going to show up today? How are you going to show up today? And last, but definitely not least, in the words of affirmation, use these affirmations every day, whether it's with yourself or whether you're sharing them with others. I personally like to share my affirmations with other people. I personally like, just like with the take a moment. I don't even know honestly where the Take a Moment app came from on my watch. I think when I had done the update, it just showed up because I never really had it. So now I want to take my affirmations and I want to use them daily. And I want to constantly think about this is what you need to be doing. You need to take a moment to show up. You need to take a moment to tell someone you care about them. You need to take a moment to pick up the phone and just say hi. Take a moment. So use the affirmations daily. And there we have it. Those were our 5 love languages for today. Again, physical touch, quality time, acts of service, receiving gifts, and words of affirmation. I hope that this live reaches you in a positive mindset, in a positive manner, in a positive fashion. If there's anything, any part of this live that you can use to enhance your daily, please by all means do so. I will be Facebook Live tomorrow recapping this YouTube Live, as well as adding additional tidbits for our love language and how we can activate our self care using them. Remember again, if you haven't done so, please subscribe to my channel, Bold and Beautiful Conversations. Please leave a comment if you will, like the video, and hit the bell for notifications. This is your girl, Michelle Hunter, and I will be back with you soon. Have a good one. That was horrible.